Vale Scomocchio, we will miss you, even though you haven't quite gone yet. Now, we don't know exactly where Scomo is going, but we do know that he is going. Scomo is going to become a lobbyist for a Washington think tank financed by foreign weapon manufacturers and oil and gas majors. That will force another by-election for Peter Dutton, and the alarming prospect for Peter that Labor might even have a chance of winning in Cronulla. That's right, Scomo has joined the Centre for a New American Security, CNAS, a Washington think tank funded by Boeing, Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman, Raytheon, BAE Systems, all the good stuff, and the oil people, BP, Chevron, Exxon, and of course, the US Department of Defense, for which Scomocchio has left such a legacy of gigantic Antipodean favours. Thank you for the submarines, Scomo. Thank you for AUKUS. The Scomo did try to get a job with PwC, but they turned him down because he might have stained their reputation as a firm which advises governments on multinational tax avoidance, while advising its multinational tax-avoiding clients on how to dodge the very same new laws. That is, flogging state secrets for a profit, while costing the country billions in tax revenue. Nice one. Too highbrow, however, for Scomo. Too ethical. And it will be a sad day for Australia when Scomo pulls up stumps, of course. Well, a sad day for Australian journalists, because Scomo does have a habit of driving digital audiences. How good is clickbait? But that's not the only reason. He epitomises something far more profound than even himself. He is a symbol of our political times. A symbol of the revolving door between politicians and influence peddlers. A grinning symbol of the decline of public trust in institutions. It's no mean irony that the US President Joe Biden has just pulled out of his Australian visit, thanks to AUKUS and the kowtowing of successive Australian administrations to US power. Biden can afford to snub us. He's got more troops and bases here than ever. The B-52s are coming. The troops are here. The nuclear subs, well, that's a done deal. We are patsies for American power. So it is that we've pledged $380 billion in submarines to prop up the military-industrial complexes of the US and the UK. In AUKUS, Scomo signed us up to an alliance with a declining power, the US. A country again broke, hitting its debt ceiling. And of course, the ailing mother country, Britannia, which is going backwards at a rate of knots in the aftermath of the Brexit calamity. Like Scomo, something ardently admired and written about in the Murdoch and mainstream media. But this is not backwards thinking for Scomo because, of course, Scomo personally is a winner. He has had a go and he has got a go. He's now going to be a lobbyist for the very people who benefit from Australia's bootlicking, from starting wars and burning fossil fuels. A few years ago, we did a run through the financial reports of the top 20 lobby groups, and we found this was $1 billion industry from the BCA, the MCA, ARPIA, all the large business resources accounting groups. It's worse since then, but the maths is roughly, for federal politicians alone, and this doesn't count the billions spent on public relations telling journalists what to say, $1 billion just to inveigle politicians for an industry whose purpose is merely to sway the votes of politicians, sway their policy, sway them into doing things their way. Crudely, that amounts to $4.4 million a year for each of the 227 members of federal parliament alone. It is cancer. So what are we doing to address this matter of gamekeepers turning poachers? Well, we're doing nothing. There's a code of conduct. It's rather like PwC's promise to have an ethics course for its partners. There's no law, just a code, about as binding as a Scomocchio election promise. Now, it was a real toss-up today whether to wear the Scomocchio t-shirt in respect for Scomo or to wear the Lobbyland t-shirt, because this is a story about Lobbyland. And the capital of Lobbyland in Australia, which is all the little places dotted around Parliament House, walking distance to the nation's capital. But we went with Scomocchio because this will become a collector's item. It only sells for $40 now, but no doubt Sotheby's and Christie's will be selling it for thousands of dollars. Thank you for your support here at West Report. Thank you for those who tip in some money to keep the production going. Please click or like on the links below.